100th episode commentary.
Yeah, this is 100. This was the big 100.
An epic Red Cow Entertainment Presents slate to start it off.
Sans serif font.
to kind of make it a little...
I love it. I love
Set
it.
it
I
apart.
love the way you opened it up. I love the way you opened it.
And I always knew when the 100th episode came, we were going to do this with Adam.
You knew from that episode.
Well, because he
what's gonna
said,
happen
hey,
if you-
because it was such a ludicrous idea, them talking about a 100th episode.
See, crazy ideas become awesome
you see my.
eventually.
You see
Is he
my-
going to do this?
You see my expression. You see my expression about the cake, like how I was so not into it. It's beautiful. By the
is
way,
beautiful.
that cake
It
was
is.
made. That cake was made just feet from where we are right now.
Yeah,
right?
so if Matt's Halloween thing inspired us to get a studio or to want a studio, what sort of made us get serious about it was when I went to go get this cake. It was in the bakery is behind an old photo studio in our town, and the photo studio was up for rent. And when I went to go pick up the cake right there in that clip, moments later, I'm like, hey, can you show me the space that's for rent? And I saw it and I was like, oh my God, this would be perfect for us.
Yeah.
And then
It is.
and then I just said that to him, and then I left. And he was asking for $750 a month at the time. And then John and I talked about it some, and John was like, well, if it was $500, I would do it on the spot or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he emailed me. I don't know how he got my email, but he emailed me a month later and was like, hey, it's $600 now. And then I was like, well, can we go down any further? And he's like, nope.
Close enough.
Nope.
So, yeah, I kind of like Zach and EJ as a
I actually
duo.
do too. I really think there's a lot to be. I think that's a really good combo, you guys.
Do you have any plans for a few?
And John's dad.
Yeah, people like a lot of people were like, how is that the first time John's dad's ever been in any
That
of this?
is really the
Yeah.
first time.
Yeah.
No,
No, he really has. That's it.
When would he have? He joins us for BoxMac?
Yeah. Hey guys.
Sometimes he comes over and asks us to move cars, but we always
We edit it out.
Hey,
Jay,
here's
somebody
the
move
clock wipe gag is perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, Zach is so
Tuned
good. Tuned in.
I really do want to see more Zach plus EJ content. Can we?
let's do
can we
it.
make
Let's
that
do
happen?
it. I
specifically
mean,
like cooking stuff.
well,
like
anything.
separately?
I mean, I do a lot of cooking stuff, but that would probably be what they're going for.
I think there's kind of a daddishness about all of this. like these two dads are or dad and uncle. I don't know.
Yeah. Zach is
Yeah, I can
definitely
see-
uncle.
I
Yeah.
can see that you guys being brothers.
Yeah, we're wearing the same sweatshirt as uncles do.
Oh, this turkey was so good. I don't think I've mentioned this on any content, but after we had this turkey, I actually made a turkey soup with the remainder of the turkey.
It was very good.
And the smokiness was wonderful. It was amazing. So
was really surprised
if you have
at how-
leftovers,
How juicy it was! I thought
Yeah,
it
it
was
was-
going to come out like
Yeah.
dried, and
It was
The,
so good.
the dinner in general was pretty awesome.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah,
Very good.
and it was just a butterball. Like I think the story got cut from the actual thing. I explained that it was right after Thanksgiving where there was no turkeys besides a few frozen butterballs. So I was
Yeah.
actually very surprised how good the butterball was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thawed out butterball.
I edited that for some reason. It didn't quite work with the narrative for some
Yeah,
reason.
no.
no.
I completely whatever because you got to make it flow. But yeah.
Yeah, and I really like. We've been talking about doing a dinnerish thing for a little while, and I really like us all gathering around.
it was
and
good.
have a-
We kind of had
having that.
years ago, not Red Cow related. We had a shut up.
Yeah, we had a
Thanksgiving thing.
Yeah, a Thanksgiving thing, and I think that was. I remember Nina wasn't a vegan yet. I don't think because she partook of the.
I mean, that
turkey.
was years ago.
It was
Because
years ago.
Nina
yeah.
became a vegan in 2012.
That was when I was still at the old office, and they gave us turkeys for work for Christmas, and I had to use up the turkey, so that's what I
That was a great. Yeah, that
It was fun.
It was a lot of work, though. It was a lot of work.
This kind of reminded me of that when we did this year, and that kind of inspired it a little bit. And I think it was really nice to have the holiday dinner, and I loved having all the different segments too. Yeah. We had the cake segment, we had the Your Mac, which I think came out really great.
My question is, what does the chicken have to do with mac and cheese?
There was a comment that somebody was like, "A chicken's not mac and cheese, but okay." And I said, "A turkey's not a chicken, but okay."
Oh, but it's Christmas, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's Christmas, so it's okay. So EJ, what was it like to lead a segment that wasn't scripted? Is that hard for you?
I wouldn't say so. I'm ill practiced because
Yeah.
I've been scripting things. I used to be an improv comedian, like
Well, but when you're focused on a task,
it's tough because I have tunnel vision.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and you can probably even see from the parts you cut out, like Zach probably will say stuff and it just like washes over me.
There was some of that.
Yeah, and I just have bad tunnel vision. Like my sister has it too, where if you have a task,
unitask,
it's tough for me to absorb other information.
Yeah,
this is Sean C. Phillips going all the way back to episode like 9 when he was the very first person to like send us a Mac.
Oh yeah, cool duder.
But yeah, Sean C. Phillips, good dude.
He's still doing videos?
Oh yeah, he's got 70,000 subscribers. And
is this
this is Ashley?
Yeah,
this is Ashley.
That's where I recognize her from. No, okay.
I contacted everybody who had either been on the show or was for some reason or another like influential on the show.
Yeah.
I realized later I missed one, which is Josh James. I should have gotten him on there, but so I'm sorry, Josh, because he always does our disc art for. And he also does like he did that Red Cow up there. And he's done others. He did the one of Us as Noodles that wasn't the Chrissy one of Us as Noodles.
Where's that? Is that still somewhere to be framed?
Yeah, we've got so much stuff we could frame.
Yeah, I really like those Christmas greetings. I thought they were really nice.
So I quite like episode 99, but I think episode 100, like all the best segments, and I don't even know that we necessarily planned it.
No,
that well?
I actually really like. I think 100 really feels more Christmassy, and that was kind of the whole point, right?
Ultimately, because there is the dinner thread, which was detached from 99 intentionally.
Yeah.
See, this is all editing, folks. This is how you constructing stories.
So it all culminates in the dinner.
Yes. This was a little bit difficult to edit because I just didn't know what to put while we were reading.
Yeah.
And so I just did slow motion black and whites.
That was so sad. Holy crap.
And I sent that hat out last week.
You did?
Yeah. The dude reached out and he's like, I kind of want to smell it. Is that weird? And I was like, yeah.
I think it was freshly laundered. It's going to smell like Tide.
But then Emily offered, she was like, I will make a mini hat for the other guy who didn't win. I'm like, isn't that a better gift?
Yeah.
Than the sweaty hat?
I thought these were very creative and like
yeah, I loved the obituaries. I thought
there only two? There was only 2 entries, or was there?
just 2.
Oh,
and they were both really good.
But at least I got to read 100% of them, and they were all on.
She's the best.
Yeah.
The dude that won, Andrew K. He was like, it was so cool to get to watch it like to the music and like, all this stuff. And he also said he realized that he won because I was reading it. And I was like, what? We wouldn't have John read the winning one? I don't know.
You probably wouldn't trust me with it, to be honest.
I got to replay EJ's beautiful animation of noodles in the sky.
Yeah, that was fun.
Which is also up on the wall there over. We thought it was nice nursery art.
It is beautiful nursery art. It fits really well. The play area.
It's almost a little sad.
It is a little sad.
It is.
I don't miss the hat, but I miss the hat.
It's gone.
Miss the hat now.
I mean, I don't miss the shitty Velcro on it that never stood on. All the way back to when we were filming in the art studio.
Oh, the art studio, like for so long.
Remember, it started screwing up.
I cut to that clip.
The arts? Oh, the gallery.
Yeah, the gallery. Gay gallery. Yeah.
The gay gallery.
The gallery.
I didn't say a gallery.
The gallery. The gay gallery.
Oh, God.
This was also the first time that you ever had makeup applied for on-screen.
Yeah.
No, you don't want to talk about it?
No, that's embarrassing.
Look, I got a bad complexion. What do you want
there
from
it
me?
is. There's the...
You're me dealing with the hat? Yep. Stupid Velcro. The new one is all elastic.
And there's also the clip of you, like, there was just some B-roll that EJ grabbed of, like, when you were standing in the kitchen going, like, oh, the fuck. Yeah, right there. Oh, God. And I was like, let's get the British wig back on him.
Oh, is that you
was
tried
pretty
to put
touch
it on?
and
You
go.
really couldn't get it on?
He was negotiating the entire day to get that. Like, can we do a British episode without the wig? And I'm like, aren't you glad now?
I hated that wig.
But aren't you glad now?
I don't give two.
Those episodes mean nothing to me.
You don't care about the show?
I mean, we've
Trapped him.
No, it's not that I don't care about the show. Obviously, it's that once the content is out there, I mean, would the wig or not the wig have made or broken the episode? No.
Well, it was a 3-part series, and if for some reason one of them there was no wig, it would be like what?
It wouldn't like stick out in the BoxMac canon as like
there'd be
an
comments
oddity of all time.
There'd be comments.
Whatever. It's fine.
I guess like if I was uncomfortable in the past, and it yielded a result, I'm like, oh, good, I'm not uncomfortable anymore, and the result still stands.
Sure.
So that's like my outstanding memory of it.
But that's true of everything, though, in life, you know.
But instead, you're like, I wish I could go back in time and be more comfortable.
The dream.
So, was there anything about this preparing this turkey that you would have done differently that you?
No, I think that was.
You did it again, didn't you?
No,
Not a turkey.
I thought you said you were going to do it again.
I
for,
would do
for
it
family.
Yeah, I would do it again for family, and I might even just get a frozen butterball again. I thought it was that.
Oh, this
good.
Because you guys had to keep like running out there just for like quick updates. I decided to start shooting some of it with the iPhone.
Yeah,
and it's kind of more or less indistinguishable. Yeah, I mean I can tell, but
you can tell, especially when the light starts going.
But the audio's fine, and
I watched this episode with my family. My mom saw that, and she was so interested by it.
Well, let me explain who people are. So Chris LaRue does our cover art for all of our Blu-rays.
Yep.
He does a pretty awesome job. He's from Canada, and his mom comments a lot. And then now I'm just waiting for the next person. See you, Chris. You all know who they are.
Yep.
And they're in the place where we shot the green screen.
We have seen her grow up on camera.
We have. She was just a little girl.
Yep.
It's a little imp.
These are, of course, Emily's kids.
That's their.
And she's wearing, of course, the unicorn. This was all sort of written and plotted out by Emily. She was shocked how well they did at this.
Her 3 girls.
And that's Michael Aboud. He does our he actually set up our Reddit and is the moderator for our Reddit.
Oh.
He also
seen him before.
Sure you have. We did a 2.5 hour AMA with him.
Yeah, remember?
He didn't look like
live
that.
stream.
He didn't have that one. I don't want to.
Everything he says from this point on is just such bullshit.
We're very worried about John.
We're wearing down here. We've been shooting for.
So whatever Mike's market is, I think Michael is like a retail enthusiast.
This is great.
This was like an hour and 10 minutes cut down to 7.
I brought
that is amazing.
Yeah.
John said, "Oh, do you have any art supplies you can bring?" I said, "I have something. I have some."
You say that exact same thing in the video.
Did I whisper? Yeah, probably.
What is with these memories?
I don't have any. No, but I had a huge bag that I almost.
I'm gonna wait until you
comically-
say that you tell the same story.
I'll do it in a whisper. Yeah,
You
now that I
even
think
said it
about
the same way. You're like, I think I had some. One thing I did love was having 2 cameras that are both 4K means there's like infinite cameras.
You could punch in like in a whole bunch of different
it was
ways.
awesome.
Wow, you really can. You've punched in, and it looks like a 4-camera shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great. And
I think I have something. I do.
there it is.
Thank you for pointing that out, Frankie. Where is it?
So I thought that
I can't let the dementia go.
Where am you think it's bad now? Just wait 10 years. Holy.
Holy.
His catchphrases.
Holy.
That's what you used to say. Holy.
That's
No.
what we have to. That's what we have to say to jog his memory. Oh, it's all coming back to me.
You said it just like that. You said holy.
Holy.
No, it was some other way.
I wish I could go back and not say it so I could be comfortable.
Jesus Christ.
God.
You all should get out of here. Go away.
Oh yeah, he used to get to kick us out of his apartment. Now
Now I have to kick myself out.
show yourself out.
Show yourself out.
I think
There's something really comforting about having Angry Kirby out on that on the
He
out.
does look mad in some of these shots.
It's great.
I think he's working something out because he had a lot of his depressing little.
Asides. That might just be him. He actually came to our John's Christmas party,
Yeah,
and
it was nice to
it
see
was a
him.
very welcome addition.
Yeah.
He's a fun guy.
Because like I can't have good conversations with everybody at that party.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's one more
Yeah, he's
person.
easy to talk
Yeah.
to. Very easy.
Yeah. He's like a cognizant person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me say that while I thought that the wreaths was kind of more ridiculous and outrageous last year,
Yeah.
This came out a lot better. I think it came out a lot
I
better.
think they're
in the
both really
edit.
good segments.
This was fun.
I mean, the Reed segment actually, I think, edited down to like 18 minutes.
Yeah.
So it was a bigger segment for sure. So I guess like if you like denser content,
Yeah.
this is better. But I like how many people there are.
Yeah.
And there was, I remember, debate on the day of like, oh, there shouldn't be so many of us. And I was like, no, man, like for this
yeah,
kind of
the more
thing,
the
the more
merrier.
the merrier.
Yeah, and it was small enough that we could each do one, and it each kind of came out fun.
There's something kind of entertaining about the chaos of having Like everything.
Yeah,
like,
lots
run
of
away
people
from you.
around. Yeah.
I still think we could have a. I had recommended that we use the studio for John's Christmas party, and I got shot down pretty hard, and which is fine. I don't care. But I think you could have a really nice holiday party in this space.
You could.
Yeah, I think so.
I think you might.
But it's already been kind of like
something to
cemented
it.
into the Hunt household to have the parties there.
See, I
tradition.
got Andrew's reference to the Star Wars holiday special.
There you go.
We spend this day a day of peace. There's a clip that I cut to of him freaking out at his fans and his content, and it might be one of my favorite clips of him. No! He's so upset. It's so funny.
That's not an act. That's really him being mad.
Oh, yeah.
What was the context of it? Why was he mad?
So he has a YouTube channel called Requests Channel, and the conceit of it is that people 2 points for you. I like that. That people send in requests for him to record like a sentence that they want him to say, and he says it against a green screen, and then theoretically you can, I don't know,
Do whatever you
put
want
him in
with
like a
it.
field of dicks or something. I really don't know.
Theoretically.
But for some reason he's somewhat big on a Chilean chat forum, and so he's got more subscribers than we do. He's got like 17,000 subscribers, and the rules of the request are that you can't use multiple names, and he just like snaps in one video. I don't know how I came across it. Well, because he had asked me to do a bunch of request videos for him in his off time because he was really busy with opening a new business, and so I did a bunch for him. I was like, do you think I'm less busy than you?
He's got a baby and a full-time job and produces 160 pieces of content a year.
There actually is something a little bit. There is a morally envious position to that when people are like, "I'm just really busy." I'm like, "Not more than me."
No, you're not. Actually, if you have time to watch a TV show, you're not busy.
Also, because this is a really wide lens, it warps at the edges, and so when I punched in on, like, for instance, the edges, like Kirby, I actually did transform the video a little bit to make the person that you're focused
fix
on.
it? Yeah. That's good.
That's good. Well, I know.
It happens here.
Well, here it is.
Wow, he's
That
really
is-
pissed.
That is real.
Yeah, it looks like real anger. I know. Do you use like a Premiere?
Yeah,
thing?
it's just the
Like
transform
the-
effect.
That's not a part of his brand. Like, oh, let's see what we can do to make him flip out.
No.
I mean, he does a lot. Yeah, maybe a little. Like he does a lot of like ranting at his fans and stuff. And I would say that his channel is a culture of hate and toxicity.
Yeah, I think that's
Simple
about
tag.
right.
A culture of hate and toxicity.
describe it?
it must be refreshing to come to us where we have some banter, but
It's largely positive.
it's largely positive.
We're just here to entertain you.
At the expense of ourselves.
Yes. Yeah.
Often.
Well, that is really the burden of an entertainer, isn't it? To sort of
Put yourself on the block.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It's being on stage is being naked or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. They throw tomatoes at. What are we talking about?
Tomatoes.
EJ went a very creative direction with these
I thought
ornaments.
some of yours were really cute, EJ, especially the Pokemon.
Yeah, they had no way to be hung. They were not ornaments, but I did that.
Little detailed work into that.
My shirt looks like it's a V-neck because the microphone's pulling it down.
Oh yeah.
When I cut to your things, like there was like some cell phone footage of Zach screaming. Zach's like, I can't get the fucking thing to, and that's in there a little bit because for some reason these ornaments got everybody crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do next year.
Oh, you know what? You call that bird a robin in this clip, and you also call a bird a robin in the Christmas place.
yeah, I noticed
and
that
multiple
too.
people now have come to me and said,
John,
John,
it's a cardinal. I
John
understand.
John doesn't know what birds is.
look, to be totally fair, I don't got my bird straight.
Yeah,
either.
I just, it's stuck in my brain for some reason that red birds are robin, like Robin Red, Red Robin. Isn't that a restaurant?
Yes.
Yeah, Robin.
It always
Yum.
the prism of your world is
Yeah, you're seeing
on food.
the stream of thought that is my existence.
oh,
where
a beautiful not your average show.
try to eke out an existence without memory.
Actually, that's
by
delicious,
assembling
delicious
random
chicken
facts
costume.
together.
You know, it's funny. If you hadn't mentioned that, I wouldn't have noticed this plunging neckline that you have here going on. It's beautiful.
I thought that thing was going to be a lot cooler than it was. By
It is,
the way,
it is nice.
I got
It's
some
cool.
chest hairs
lame.
popping out.
Lame.
You
Matt's was the best.
Matt went a very creative direction. He's like, we can take these shitty things and make a good thing.
But the second you said, "Well, who won?" I'm like,
And Zach was so disappointed in his.
No, I don't know. Look, I don't have a favorite when it comes to wreaths versus ornaments. I think they're both really super fun craft things.
Yeah.
Probably the wreaths if I had to choose.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good segment.
Yeah.
I kind of made a wreath, kind of
A little bit.
wreathish thing.
No, but
Reese's peanut butter cup. Kirby showed up with that filthy hat, and he was acknowledging that it was filthy. He was like, "I wear this all the time,"
And he never washes it.
I don't think he washes it. No, based on the situation. This is that a cappella version of like Africa mashed up with 12 Days of Christmas. 10 nuts. You see John just like fainting into the couch with an iPad or a tablet. So there's, for people who don't know, that's Chrissy who did the she's an animator, and she did like the poster for the Halloween show of 2016. She did last year's Christmas poster too.
Yep, it's awesome.
Very talented, and that's hers right there. That noodle, those two noodles.
Very nice.
Did she go to school for art, or she did?
Oh yeah. She was an animator on Son of Zorn, Fox's Son of Zorn.
Wow.
That a lot of people didn't know. That is Ian Golder. He is the guy with the world-class collection of BoxMacs.
Is it?
Yes. Oh, you didn't even know.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. I'm like,
shit.
I thought that was just some
dude.
weirdo.
We could have put like titles.
I considered it, but
people.
for some reason I made the terrible mistake of thinking people knew things about the show.
I don't
It's
even
an
know.
awful mistake.
That's ridiculous.
You have to put the titles for me and John.
I wouldn't expect people to know Ben because he wasn't on the show, but Ben is I think we're gonna have to call him the number one fan.
Really?
Super fan.
Why is that? What has he
Ben.
done? Does
He
have
engages with almost every piece of content.
Yeah.
a tattoo?
Past and present.
Like
Does he have a BoxMac tattoo on him?
like we'll upload a something that we know isn't gonna get very many views or comments, and like we can at least count on him.
At least count on Ben. Thanks.
And he's
Ben.
gone, like, he's listened to, like, the entire Hawaii series, like, multiple times. Like, if I said bananas foster him, he'd know what it meant.
Oh, here we
day I
go.
die.
Here we go. Frankie just had to throw a little kerosene.
But think if it hadn't been for the Banana Fosters, I might not be here now.
I wouldn't be. This is the only technical problem in the entire day of shooting.
Yeah.
The audio was missing for this segment.
But I
And
didn't
no
even
one's called
notice.
me out on it.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, so it came from the on-camera mic.
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't notice myself. I thought it was fine.
that's good.
That's
I try not to call attention to such things.
it's a good thing. It's a good thing we got those shotgun mics.
Yeah.
You need your backups.
I want to make this EJ's
It was really good.
It was
It-
delicious.
It's even just good as like a dessert. You put on some vanilla ice cream.
Oh, EJ.
My mom was making essentially this the other day, and I was like, "Oh, you make homemade cranberry sauce?" And she's like, "It's just cranberries and sugar, dude."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, well, my friend does like vanilla extract and bourbon too," and she's like, "Okay."
Okay. Good for him.
Oh, God. But yeah. So where'd you get that recipe?
He
Is
like
it
he
a-
pretends to be a YouTube chef, you know. So
No, my parents like your content. They're like, "He's funny. You should be him."
you should be it.
They
You
love
should like tell
EJ.
jokes like that.
They wish EJ was just
Is it a family recipe or is it just something? you
It's a recipe that has been made in our family. I think it's probably stolen from somewhere.
as most are.
You ever notice you can get more and more controversial the longer the commentary goes on because like there's just such a low likelihood that anyone's still listening.
Yeah, nobody's listening to this. You know.
like they
Ben
already.
will be because Ben's the number one.
Yeah.
fan.
Oh, for sure. Hi Ben. We're talking to you the rest of the time.
Hey Ben, why don't
Get
you
a tattoo.
Ben, come on up, come on the show, would you?
Okay, so this is Joseph Earp. He sent us the first round of Australian Macs, and he also wrote a cool article about us in the Bragg, Sydney.
Yeah.
So he's a big fan.
How does someone way over and across the pond?
The internet. Yeah, no, I don't know. It probably, I don't know, must have been searching for craft dinner or something.
yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably.
Which has, I think they do call it craft dinner overseas too, like sometimes. That's Mallory. She does the voiceovers for Glitter Bitches. She's like next time
She was the opening.
on Glitter
Yeah.
Bitches.
I love her voice.
She also
so
does
news.
She also does the news voice in the Halloween episode from last year. These fucking assholes trying to get these guys to do a video. As you can see, this is the best we got.
This is the best.
Look, Aaron won't even. Aaron won't even do it. And these guys are the BAM Lounge guys. So they are responsible for one of our big subscriber bumps in 2016. So the one on the left is Aviator Gamer, and they both do BAM Lounge, but they have like millions of subscribers. It's crazy. So they do a show called $100 Chef, where they like spend $100 on ingredients and make something. And they did a mac and cheese one and like shouted us out like crazy. Like they played like
that's awesome.
like a 30-second clip of us, and
That's wonderful.
Look at that cute little bit. Now, if they make a doll of her, will it be a life-size doll or
Well,
like
we were talking about that.
scale to the rest of the
We've
dolls?
been on this topic.
I think it should just be to scale.
Yeah, it would have to be to scale.
Otherwise, you
be
just
a monster.
Honey, I blew up the baby.
Honey, I
Into a doll.
So, what was it like to not be in the 100th episode of BoxMac?
I kind of feel like I missed out a little. Like they were having a celebration and I was invited but didn't show. You know.
I mean, you were just in the room next door. I was a little afraid that people would be irritated that you weren't on, but I mean, you are there.
I'm there. I'm in the
You're
next
right there
room
right now.
playing Blade and Soul. Specifically, I think I did Cold Storage and Heaven's Mandate. If you happen to play Blade and Soul,
He was also solving car problems.
I called. I tried to take because this day was super full of stuff, so I tried to do everything I wanted to do while Frankie was making this Mac. I had to make phone calls.
And say it here for the first time, exclusive. Did you ever get the driver's side Mac?
I did. I drove it back up there. They put it in. They gave the car full detail. There were also wheel locks that had to be removed, and they took care of that. 100% all set. Love the car.
The only thing we did wrong, in my opinion, is we didn't dress Angry Kirby and Matt up in those like spandex green bodysuits and made them elves and put elf hats on them. How amazing would that have been?
That would have been.
Would they have fit?
would have been good.
You
That
just
would've
have
gotten
like
us some hits.
spandex suits like bet on hand to whoever
they're
wants
cheap.
to jump
Yeah,
on.
like
it.
$8.
It would have been hilarious to have you be my elves. Otherwise, it's like, why? Who are they? I mean, would they know who you are? But you know,
Who are these randos?
why?
Who are these randos? Yeah.
Look, Matt, you went from like never appearing on BoxMac at all to being in the
comparing-
100th episode.
The one.
Yeah, I was even like, I made it to 100, but I was in also in 99, and I was also
But the 100th is a ceremonious.
Yes, it's a momentous occasion because it's very unlikely there'll be 200.
did I get my wings?
Yeah, well, you got promoted from manservant pretty quickly. You
Yeah.
went from nothing to well,
From design,
Well, you went from like plant carrier to
Yeah, that's your first ever like Junt.
my first ever is Fat Man trying to take over the world. That was my first.
Well, yes,
and then-
but Junt related content.
yeah.
Long break in between.
Here's his bit here.
What was he talking about?
He's trying to get it like the driver's
the
mat.
car, yeah.
Driver's side.
Yeah, there was
mat.
no driver's side floor mat in the car when I took it home.
He kept shouting about his
We all forget
Lifelines.
we're mic'd
Yeah.
when we're not.
I legitimately thought you made a major mistake. You didn't. You were fine.
Did you review the footage and verify?
Yeah, you didn't make
It
it.
came out great.
Yeah, and it
Because
was
we were-
delicious.
We were talking about that the right way. Like, we thought we were doing it too long.
I mean, I probably did get too much help from you, realistically.
I think I cheated a little bit.
Yeah, Matt was kind of a shoe in,
Yeah, a
like
little
because
bit
he
of a
knows how to
cheat code.
cook. It should have just been
Sorry.
you and Angry Kirby.
But I would have had to have minced an onion. Like I could get that done.
yeah,
You know, it just wouldn't be pretty.
But I think I was doing other things like, this is starting to burn. I better take it off.
But you
was
also
another,
worried
like,
at times that I wouldn't have necessarily worried about. Like I would have waited
As
for
I
those.
want to do.
I would have waited for those bubbles. We would have been there for a while, probably. But we did. The part that freaked everybody out was we added flour at a step because we were trying to get it thickened
I was a
quicker.
little freaked out about it too because I was like,
But you
"Is this
suggested it.
No, I think it was. Are you sure?
Oh, it might have been Kirby.
yeah, it was one of you guys. I
is that-
heard it.
Oh, look,
I
if
heard
you
it go
want-
down.
He's like,
and
if
I
you
was
want it
like,
thicker,
I mean,
just
I
add
did
flour.
it, but I didn't suggest it because I didn't know.
Fair enough.
it all worked out though. The Mac was so
It did.
good.
It was
The mac was
delicious.
quite good.
yeah.
Maybe it could have been a little saltier though.
Yeah. Well, that would have just been tasting it as you were cooking, which probably you guys didn't do.
All right,
No, we did. We did do a little taste.
Jaboy,
Boy.
Jaboy.
tickle that subscribe.
Tickle that subscribe.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, guys? Coming at you. So this weekend, Star Wars: The Last Jedi came out.
Hey guys, I'm a little bummed out.
We know that everybody is Porg crazy. Shut the fuck up. How much money are you making? You fucking bullshit.
What's up, guys?
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below. Tell
Share on
us
Instagram and Patreon.
your favorite Porg.
Yeah. Well, what tool bags? Hi, my name is EJ Massa.
Today on BoxMac.
Today,
I feel like I saw a lot of discussion about whether you, or not you liked the Porgs. I'm like, is there an option for someone who barely noticed them in the movie? There's a couple of CG.
What were the Porgs?
There was the CG little penguins that were in.
Oh Christ! The ones he roasted and then couldn't eat. Yeah, it was bizarre.
I mean, there was like
I haven't seen it yet. Don't ruin it for me.
I know the Porg roasting scene.
Yeah, the chewy Porg roasting scene is gonna ruin the movie for you.
Oh yeah.
It's so fucked, dude.
This is the part. There was a shot before where I was referencing where you have that flashback to when John holds up the noodle scoop.
Yeah, noodle.
And I thought I said this is the thing that
Noodle
looks like
scoop.
a.
And John was like, "Don't bring it into it." He didn't want to discuss it.
Because clearly I was correct.
Well, was there a question of if you were wrong or not?
No, but no.
Okay.
We might be running out of things to say.
I don't think that's true at all.
There's plenty to say. For instance, here's flour.
And
Which we thought would ruin it, yeah.
Was there? Which commentary did we just like stop?
Did that happen?
No, wasn't there a commentary where like, oh, we're done? I don't remember.
Did that happen? Sounds familiar.
It does seem familiar.
It sounds like something we do.
Well, anyway, we're done.
Ben, when did that happen?
Yeah, Ben, could you be our official archivist, please? Frankie's usually got this stuff down. So
I don't remember a time where we just stopped commentating.
I definitely wasn't.
Oh, you know what? It was the Home Alone.
Oh, yes. So there was a How Are We 2015. We did a commentary track of it's on video. You can see it online. We did a commentary track for Home Alone Holiday Heist. And
yes,
about an hour and 15 into it,
just call it.
we just stopped it. But you know what? So we were under some time pressure because we wanted to shoot the review lounge of Force Awakens.
Yeah.
And also there is sort of like a statute of limitations for Aaron's attention span.
Yes. You can only get like an hour.
Like imagine if I tried to make him do this today. No. How do you turn into that big of a brat though? And like it just bad parenting?
A
life filled with positive reinforcement of that?
Like, I don't understand, like, when you're like, you know what? I'm just going to go be comfortable. No matter the stakes.
Yeah.
Not that commentaries are high stakes, but,
it's mid stakes.
Just things to complete.
It's like small.
But then again, I have the same issue with the wig. Although you stuck out the wig. You stuck out the wig.
Look, the thing with me is I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna bitch about it, but I'll do it.
You're gonna throw up?
John made the commitment. He may sigh.
Look, yeah, you're right. But I will do it. I will get it done.
I think it's just the older you get, the less tolerance you have for bullshit.
For everything.
I agree. Like, for instance, I used to be able to sleep on, like, floors and couches. I can
Now you
I got to be in a bed.
Yeah.
I mean, I could do it. I bet you I couldn't sleep, though. Yeah. I bet you I'd be in a lot of pain the next day.
Yeah. I actually figured that out, like, a few years after college. I had this thing called the 24-hour show where you make a play festival in 24 hours. So there's a lot of people sleeping on the floor. I couldn't do it. And I was, like, 2 years after college, and I was like, I've grown soft.
Or like there would have been a time when I was in independent movies and stuff where I would dress in drag, or I would be in some like prosthetic, or I would do like something that, really long day, like hours where I was in like really uncomfortable costumes and stuff. Or I'd be exploiting myself or making myself, look outrageous. Or I think I think I'm just too old.
Yeah.
We're out of it.
That sort of chaos is fun. Like I remember
that's
when we
a
were
20s
making 10
thing.
It is when you're in your 20s, yeah.
When we were making 10 pounds, that the big shooting day at the cathedral, you kept on apologizing to everyone. When you came around to me, I said, "No, this is."
Well, that was Alan.
Yeah.
I mean, Alan put me in like a. But you know what? Like he was such
he
a.
trained you to be like.
He was such a bitch that I had to. In order to get the thing done, I needed to like really, really be conscious of people's moods. But that was ultimately a good lesson. Like I use that in my I'm a manager at work, and I use that and I'm paying those people, but like I use it all the time to like remembering to be grateful and making sure people are comfortable and they got everything they need.
It does make
it pays for more work ultimately.
Yeah,
happy employees.
And it usually doesn't take much work to actually relay that to someone. A comment here or there, a couple lines.
Yeah. The fact is, like, even when you're paying somebody, because it used to be like, well, we're doing this for free, but it was like, even when you're paying, I've learned, even when you're paying somebody, the motivation of, like, I'm getting a paycheck for this runs out pretty quick.
It does. It does.
You have to be constantly reminded.
There's a whole book about it
Positive
called
reinforcement.
Drive by Daniel Pink, where you can read all about motivation 2.0.
Oh,
Where like these are the things that actually motivate people.
It sounds buzzwordy, but it's probably actually.
I mean, it's good. There's good content there.
Yeah.
I love this clip.
Okay.
Oh, this has been cracking me up for a long time. There's another time where I had to look a little bit harder for a better
quality version.
Yeah.
You got a really nice quality version here too.
because most memes they come in crappy quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Frankie, you always have prided yourself on super high quality memes.
I want it so that if somebody wants to pull a meme from our content, that they get the highest.
They can
quality.
do it.
Yeah, that
They
they get
can
the
do it.
highest quality.
We can be the original source.
This was
It's getting spooky. It's turning into like a Blair Witch movie.
Yeah, because he
This-
had the
iPhone
behind you.
light. Yeah,
The iPhone light.
So good.
look at EJ.
It was
We're gonna go
delicious.
get a turkey.
Get that turkey.
This is all iPhone. So we went from GH4 to iPhone in the kitchen.
What happened?
I'm making jokes about Burn Your Precious.
So good.
It was quite damn good, and it didn't even need gravy.
No.
And look at that spread.
Oh, it's delicious.
Oh,
You're
so
making me hungry
good.
just looking at it.
We had just had our easy.
We used my father's dishes because I didn't have enough.
And this was another like tripod 4K
Yep, punch in.
punching on anybody.
Oh, look at that B-roll, EJ.
We need like a GIF
thanks.
of that looping.
Yeah.
And the cake was very rich, but I thought pretty damn good.
It was good, but it was really heavy.
Yeah,
It was heavy after like
dense.
if you just ate a bunch of cream
Yes.
and meat.
And cream and meat.
Like you need to
Let
have
me
a poop
have some more cream. Let me have some more creamy meaty.
And chocolate.
and sugar.
Yeah,
You need to have
cream
a
sugar.
poop before you have that thing.
Oh, I want that.
It's easy. You just get cranberries from a store. Just get it's easy.
I want that.
It's water, sugar.
Wouldn't it be nice to do this without filming it?
Sorry, I can't let that happen, Frankie.
What would you add to this meal? If you had to do like maybe
something
some
green.
bread, some bread.
A little, like one or two more vegetables, really.
Yeah.
Something
And ditch the
green.
carrots and maybe a spinach dish.
Well,
or something.
the carrots had that in spirit.
Yes, salad, maybe.
Pretty good. You used to be like, oh, it's just. I thought they were great.
I remember John was walking around with that big chilled mug. He was like ready for this
Oh, I
goddamn meal.
love that.
yeah.
I love
This
that.
was definitely talk about motivation 2.0. This was what was motivating John.
It was.
like,
Because we
yeah.
knew at the end of the day we're going to have a nice sit down meal.
I'm like I'm glistening.
I jumped out to get the turkey because he was like, the meal has to be ready.
Yeah,
You're glowing, Frankie.
yeah. There was kind of a moment where it was like EJ and I were still focused on the content, and I think at some point Matt and John became about the
checked right there.
came about the dinner.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this great food
No,
is all ready to be eaten right now. It's delicious.
Oh.
More mummer music. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So cool. And it was chocolate peanut butter. It was quite good.
Yes.
And we had a little toasty toast to hopefully not another 100 episodes of BoxMac.
You could just make them a lot shorter.
Well, I don't think the shortness necessarily.
Nah.
Look, there may be another 100 episodes of BoxMac, but
just might take 3
it'll take
years.
5 to 10 years.
Yeah, a couple years.
Kind of in the same like how we got to 50 very fast.
Yeah.
And then like we've got to 89 sort of slowly.
Yeah.
Like it's a show that will always exist on our network. It just won't maybe come out with the same frequency.
Yeah.
End credits. You know what that means. I'm about to wrap this up. Is there anything after this?
You know what would be
Is this
cool
it?
if,
There's
like,
a nap.
if the
There's a
credits
nap
were
coming here.
going
John's-
so fast that they would crack and go back in time.
Now, see, that would be a great sight gag. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go home and do it
So
right now.
a couple of quick things. Paula is credited as having a goodbye message, even though she never
Yep.
made one. And Chris is credited for making the poster, even though she never did one.
Oh.
So the credits actually were a little bit messed up. But look at that.
Thank you. No, thank you.
No, thank
Everybody.
you.